Dear student friends, today we are going to discuss about the theories of motivation. Motivation is very important for every organization because people may be satisfied, then only the company goal and objective will be easily achieved. So motivation in the sense stimulating the people or motivating the people to extract more work by offering financial and non-financial incentives. Suppose if the worker is not loyal to the institution, or when loyalty comes in the sense they will be both financially and financial as well as non-monetary benefits should be achieved, or the worker should be satisfied. There are so many theories of motivation. Among the so many theories, the major important theories of motivation is Maslow need hierarchy theory of motivation, Herbert's theory of motivation, McGregor theory of motivation. There are so many theories. Among the theories, these are very, very important, not only for Indian context, even in the globe. This theory is very important. First one is Maslow need hierarchy theory of motivation. According to Maslow, every human being wants certain need, they should be fulfilled. He conducted a research on the basis of the research finding. He may conducted the research how a people should be satisfied or how a worker should be motivated. The human being needs can be classified into 5 types. Number 1, physiological or psychological need. It means the worker or the company has to fulfill the basic need of an employee, like shelter, cloth, food. If these are the basic need, if the basic needs are fulfilled, another need will arise, namely safety needs. Another need will safety need. Safety need in the sense, the worker once if the psychological physiology needs are fulfilled, safety need will arise. Safety need in the sense, they should get some sort of protection from either in the factory as well as even in the society or where they are living. They want some sort of security. Security or safety. Safety in the sense, for example, any threat from environment sources. So they need some sort of need that is called quality of income, salary, employment. Employment in the sense, minimum tenure. For example, at any cost, the employee should not be terminated during the during the working hours or during the life expectation period. Then financial incentives, good health, these are comes under safety needs. If these safety needs are fulfilled, another will need arises, namely social needs. Social needs in the sense, every worker they want some sort of social recognition from the society. Social recognition, for example, relationship with others, family, friends, colleague and other worker among the workers, they should get some sort of recognition or they should get some sort of appreciation, that is called social needs. If first need is physiological needs, safety need as well as social needs are fulfilled, another important needs is called self-esteem need. Another need is called self-esteem need. This is called the worker they expect status both in the organization as well as outside. Then number 2, promotions. So promotion from lower level to upper level, both in monetary as well as authoritative position. Then another respect, a good grade, price, sometimes offer prices also. This is called esteem need. The last need will be self-actualization need. This is the highest level of need. when the employee got this type of need or they may be given, they have some sort of bride, they want some sort of, they decided as a boss. They are almost reaching a top level. So if every employee in the organization will be given these 5 needs, they themselves will be motivated. They will be motivated and they will concentrate more on their work or their aspects. So according to this Maslow need hierarchy theory, this need has some sort of defects also. So suppose if the employee in the organization or the employer in the organization, they may not provide all type of needs. They may not provide all type of needs at a point of time. They may not provide. So if the employees are provide all type of needs, it will not happen in the real course. So they may depends on other factors. So in the global level, this theory has some sort of criticism. The employee may not match with the employers. So this is comes under Maslow need hierarchy theory. And number 2, Herzberg two-factor theories. Herzberg two-factor theory. According to Herzberg, he identified the human being into 2 aspects. He identified the human being into 2 aspects because human beings are not satisfied as they expect. So according to Herzberg, he identified 2 factors which motivate the employees. Number 1, hygienic factors or job dissatisfaction. And number 2, motivating factors are job satisfaction factors. Hygienic factors and motivated factors. So why the worker should be encouraged in the sense they are dissatisfied with the working place, environment, their salary and other benefits. If the workers are dissatisfied, they will be motivated. How the worker will be motivated according to Herzberg in the sense, first one is the company policy and administration. The workers are dissatisfied with this factor. For example, the rules and regulations of the company and how the management treat the workers. This is called the company policy and administration. This will influence the worker dissatisfied with the job. The number 2, supervision. The supervisor is always influence the worker from during the working hours. Some type of employees, they dissatisfied job because of the compulsion, coercion, force of a supervisor. Then interpersonal relationship. In a factory, the worker should have so many groups. Among the groups, the worker doesn't have a good or cordial relations with each other. This leads to dissatisfaction. Then working condition. This is another important factor. Working condition, there's an improper light or illumination facilities, proper ventilation, then basic amenities like drinking water, latrine, restroom, recreation facilities. So the work environment should induce the worker themselves to work more. But according to this Herzberg, the work environment will induce the labor to dissatisfy the job. Then salary. Salary is very important factor because if the workers are monetarily benefited, monetarily satisfied, there won't be any problem at all. If the workers are not satisfied or workers are not received the reasonable salary or wages, they are dissatisfied with the job. In general, most of the management or most of the employer, they extract more work from the worker and pay less wages. This is the trend prevailing in the globe. So this is another important factors. Another one is status is very important. Status. Because in the Maslow need hierarchy theory, social need. Every employee, they expect some sort of status from the society because it is the human qualities. Every person expects some sort of status. That is very important. The last one is security. Security in the sense, then there should be no permanent nature of job. The worker, they themselves fear that they will relieved from the institution at any time. That is called security. Security in the sense, for joining the duty until otherwise, if the natural calamity or attain the age of retirement, for example 58 years in government job and 60 years in some central government job, they should be given a assurance of employment. That is very important. If these are the factors are induce the employee to dissatisfy with the job, so he emphasized these negative aspects should be rectified. For example, good working environment, reasonable salary, job security, good working conditions, more good interpersonal relationship, they will be satisfied. Another very important factor as per Herberg theory is concerned, motivating factors. So workers motivating, they are already satisfied with the job. If we are motivating again and again or continuously we are motivating, then their job satisfaction is going in increasing trend or alarming trend. So if the workers are satisfied because of achievement, if target is assigned, the worker has to complete the task within the stipulated time. If the workers are achieved, they should develop that much curiosity for their work. Number two, recognition. If the workers achieve the task, they may be appreciated by, they may be recognized by their immediate superior or management, they may offer some gift, a coupon, etc., etc. Then work itself, according to these factors, motivating factor, every worker has to work at play. They have the capacity, they have the mentality, they work as they are playing. They should develop that much of capacities. Then responsibility, assigning responsibility to the worker should themselves motivated to work. Then advancement in the sense, if the workers are given some sort of additional work or additional responsibility, or they may be assigned some in charge to some other department, they are also satisfied. So if these factors are already which influence the worker to satisfy with the job, according to Hertzberg theory of motivation, if the workers are dissatisfied, they should be motivated. If the workers are satisfied, they should be continuously motivated. So if the workers are dissatisfied, the company initiate to motivate the worker. If the workers are already satisfied, again steps to be taken to continue the motivational aspects. These are things comes under Hertzberg theory of motivation. And another theory of motivation is called McGregor theory of motivation. McGregor theory of motivation. McGregor theory of motivation. According to Douglas McGregor, he classified the human being into three types. Number one, X theory people. Number two, Y theory people. And number three, Z type of people. So every human being can be classified into three types: X theory, Y theory and Z theory. So according to McGregor theory of motivation, X theory people, they have some sort of the following qualities or characteristics they should possess. Number one, they are always lazy. They doesn't like work. They always depend on the superior order or instruction or guidance. Basically, they are dislike the job and environment. So these are come under for every instruction, every order, they should expect from the boss. By nature, they are not accept the responsibility or not taking responsibility. By nature itself, they are very lazy, apathetic, and they doesn't accept any responsibility. So this type of people should be corrected, and always they will be motivated. That is called X theory people. And another important theory is called Y theory people. Y theory people doesn't expect anything from the management or superior. They work as like they play. And they are normally accept the responsibility, accountability, and they are willing to accept any type of work. They work as per their whims and fans. They doesn't expect any guidance. When instructions are given to the employee, they should work as it is. They comes under X theory. Then another important theory is called Z theory. Perhaps this may be practically not implemented, whereas these two type of theories are practically implemented in any type of organization. So if the workers are either under Maslow need hierarchy theory or Herzberg motivation theory or McGregor theory of motivation, in total put together, if the workers are satisfied, that is very important. If the workers are satisfied, they should extend loyalty to the organization and they should put an extra effort to their work and they show better result to the organization. If the workers are not satisfied with monetary and non-monetary benefits, they dislike work, they dislike the work, then they doesn't extend loyalty. Loyalty is very important. Every worker should extend 100% loyalty to the institution, then only the institution should grow or will develop. If institution should develop, the worker should be taken